It is an exceptional matchup for this one. Teresa has just been on fire throughout the whole event. I feel like her last few heats, that's when she's really started to ramp it up a little bit. She's looking aggressive and hungry for a win. And Nikki, she has just been really kind of level throughout the whole event. She's been dropping really big scores. She's been making heats. Obviously, throughout the whole round, I feel like in this one we might see her start to rise a little bit more, but she has Teresa Bonvalot to end.
So Nikki has that opportunity to set herself apart from a lot of her classmates here at Manly this week. But it's Teresa locking into that first turn, negotiates a difficult section, and rides out smooth for that first wave.
Wow, I like that opening. That's an explosive opening, true. I mean, to get that in your first wave in the final, what a start.
Give a little bit more. I went in with everything, but I just feel like there's more to give, and it feels like she's not going to leave anything in the tank. Great first turn, right in the pocket, straight up for a finish there. Teresa Bonvalot is just looking like she is ready for a win here. Wow, really nice first connection there, and just straight off the bottom and into the top for a second one. She was speaking to her the other day, and she was already talking about qualification and winning world title.
Down to 28 minutes on the clock. Nikki's now going to have a look at this one.
One of the features of Nikki is that she's been coming back in heat so strong.
So true. Great backhand attack for that first maneuver. Goes for that little float lip line finish for the second, Bugs.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it's going to get too big a points for that one. The first was a little jittery, the second turn solid.
She's used to the wobble in these waves coming from Phillip Island. She kind of just tags that first section, just both really horizontal. She doesn't quite...
And she's really sticking with her, and so maybe she's trying to keep advantage of the fact that she knows how dangerous Nikki is.
It's so true. She's got to keep her off of that good wave selection. A nice opening turn for Nikki, driving straight off the bottom for that second into that nice wrap
at the back end. So it's interesting that she's staying really dominant. Here's Nikki up and riding.
Nikki with a snap on the backhand. She'll kick out of that next section. Now we've got scores in for Nikki. It was a 4.17. Teresa out the back with priority.
It's nice, but it's not like what she was producing earlier. Here's the 5-1 by Teresa. That's just a more dynamic move, even though it was one move.
But then to couple it up with the progression and the amazing, I guess, the innovation that's come through within shortboarding.
Yeah, we've got the best of the best in both disciplines.
Nikki straight into the lip on that first turn. Now looks around the section, tags that foam for the second, and yeah, it's really the best of both disciplines out here this week.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of fun.
To a 4.17, and we're going to take another look at this one, Buds.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling like Nikki's hit her straps yet, true.
Gabby Bryan, Luana and BettyLou, and Gabby was the only one that was able to stay in that top 12.
Yeah, she's the only one that's made it past that midseason cut as Nikki just dives out under the lip there. But it was a huge refreshment, specifically to the women's tour because it's a smaller field. We often see a lot of those surfers from the CT gaining their requalification through the qualifying series at the end of every year. And so it's a lot of names like Nikki Van Dijk who had done that in the past. Yeah, we've been having that conversation surrounding the likes of Jordy Lawler, getting some of those call-ups to the CT this year, but now knowing his pathway is on the Challenger Series and he can focus. Teresa locks into the pocket for that first turn. Nice wrap for the second. Tags the finish. She is looking absolutely unbeatable, True.
I don't know what has switched in Teresa Bonvalot, but something has switched and she is just a completely different person. Hungry woman who is ready for a win here, and she's so aggressive in the attack on this wave. I love that turn, just staying nice and tight in the pocket. And for a finish, I'm kind of just shell-shocked by her attack in this whole heat. I love that first turn, straight up in the pocket, just ready for this section here, straight into it as she carves it around. Really nice slash there. And as she puts it in for a quick little finish, Teresa, she'd be thinking, okay, cool, let's just try and constrict Nikki a little bit more.
Teresa's looking for something special, just a little chip in down the beach.
We've got that score to come through for her last wave. She'll just chip in and out of that one. This is the year where Teresa is coming into her own in her competitive surfing career. As we see Nikki with a check off the top, goes for a nice foam climb to finish. Her surfing, Bugs, it's so smooth. She's putting all those little pieces together, but that wave selection is letting her down wave after wave. She's had the opportunity to wait it out for one of those good sets, and she's just been making some sort of dud decisions when it comes to wave selection. Teresa now having a run on this one. She's going to go into the air, throws that board out. We saw her do it the other day, True, and it's really exciting to see her as one of those younger competitors coming up, starting to push the progressive game in women's surfing.
Nikki, she has a 10-minute heat here. She needs to turn things around, and once again, just her wave selection not really offering too much.
Yeah, just tags that first section, makes that transition down into the double up really well, but can't stick the landing either. Probably wasn't going to amount to very much anyways, though, Bugs, because the wave just isn't the one that's standing up the way Teresa's on. She actually walked away with a round 4 finish, which was exceptional. On her road to that finish, she took out the reigning world champion and Tyler Wright that year. She had an incredible performance. Here we go with her, a little effort on the end section there.
Well,
her legs may be starting to find some jelly.
Well, that was definitely a sell job. And, okay, here we see Nikki. It's 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. That's her best wave. That's her best wave. We saw flashes of what we've seen in the tournament so far on that one.
She then backed it up with an 8-point ride and has Nikki chasing some big scores as we take a look at this, True.
Yeah, she just gets a nice first carve there, and she puts it around for another one, and as Bugs mentioned, that's flashes of the surf.
I still say Teresa's in the ideal position. I mean, an 8.83 is a pretty substantial score. I don't see it on this one.
Links up that first turn. She'll have to kick out because she knows that wave's not going to mount to anything.
No, and there was a little bit of a sell job to that, but Nikki, Teresa this time she wasn't taking the bait.
This is just wild. I love seeing these two in the lineup together as well, because in that 2017 event at the Cascais Pro, it was Nikki Van Dijk's first and only win on the championship tour. She had 7 years consecutive. She qualified in 2014.
She's come up against someone who's put in Teresa's on a peak performance. And Nikki, though, here's a nice little start.
All right, locks into a nice looking snap. Goes a little bit more of a wrap for those next 2 turns.
Wow.
Keeping that control as she comes through to the inside. So it's a small wave, but it had that pocket, it had that little steep section to it, True.
Yeah, that was a really nice first turn for Nikki. It was unfortunate. That was a smaller wave. I don't think that will be her best wave of the heat. What do you like about this one, Bugs?
Oh, look, I just like it's just free surfing. I mean, that's a great move. The wave lets her down from here on in. She gets 2 good moves in. When you're looking at an 8.83, you know right now the scoring potential's finished on this one.
It's been a long time coming. She's been putting in the hard yard. She's training a lot, eating well. She lives and dreams surfing and winning and being on the championship tour, and this is a huge little bonus to get her started here.
This is massive.
That's what she wanted. That's what she wanted. That's the victory. Yeah, she's so happy.
Wow. She's had some incredible performances in the past. She took out wins this year on the qualifying series. She won at home in Portugal. She won in Israel on the road. She's taken out victories far from home, but this will be the biggest of them with 10,000 points on the line. For Teresa Bonvalot to take out the GWM Sydney Surf Pro is a massive career highlight for her. She walked away an Olympian last year, an incredible experience for her, but now her real dream of becoming a WSL Championship Tour surfer is finally within grasp, Drew.